Today I'm going to be writing an essay. I've tasked myself with learning about ethnobotany, and so I will be writing an essay today. And I figured it would be nice to have some company, so that's pretty much why you are here. I'm just going to grab the textbook that is inspiring this essay, and I'll be right back. This is going to be a work with me kind of video. Okay. So we have our book. It is the Ethnobotany Principles and Applications by C.M. Cotton. I read the first 2 chapters, and now I'm going to be doing my best to try and write an essay. So we'll see how long it takes, and thanks for joining me on this journey. Hopefully it will go well. I'm just going to put the microphone over there so that I can now focus on what is in front of me. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm looking up notes that I started for the intro. You like that hook? It's been a while since I've sat down and written something, so I'm quite enjoying this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go on my phone and I'm going to open the Docs app on my phone, and I'm going to be using voice transcriptions. This is going to be quite helpful, I think, for our uses. So, yeah, okay. Ethnobotany. Ethnobotany is the study of humans and plants. Specifically, how humans interact with plants. Period. This science covers a broad array of subjects, including plant medicine, cultural rituals utilizing plants, folklore, traditions, religious rituals, etc. ... Pretty much anything that you can imagine using a plant for in human society. New line, new line. Nowadays, I see most ethnobotanical jobs are either in pharmacies or in historic archives to uncover the meaning behind certain rituals or uses of traditional plants and the knowledge that the indigenous folks of that time had. Okay, it's starting off pretty well. Our goal is to get a 2-page essay by the end of the day done, so I can edit it and send it in an appropriate amount of time. And I'm very, very thankful that I get to do this work. Alright. So now I think this is a good time to write my thesis. So why am I writing this essay in the first place? Question mark. New line. Well, upon reading one of the plant manuals that we have in the horticulture greenhouse at Bethpage State Park, I found myself entranced with a new term I just learned about. Ethnobotany. It sparked some curiosity and wonder that I haven't felt in a long time. And of course, I took it on myself to dive headfirst into the subject, asking ChatGPT to design a proper PhD program for someone looking to pursue a doctorate's degree in ethnobotany, and asking it to break it down into 6-week segments for each subject so that I could properly prepare myself if I am to go into this field. New line, new line. So what's so great about ethnobotany anyways? Question mark. New line. Well, my mission has always been the same. Colon. Heal the planet, heal the people, heal the plants. Period. New line. And after attaining my bachelor's degree in science for interaction design, I found myself equipped with tools to design technology that humans could interact with. ... Yet I somehow found myself working as a horticulture technician in a big greenhouse at Bethpage State Park. And I realized, as fun as it is to create and design apps and websites, what really was healing and is needed at the time of writing this is a more intentional design of human society and the way in which we interact with the plants and environment around us. Period. New line. New line. In my sophomore year of my undergraduate program, I was with my friend in the peak of the pandemic, 2020. We were in the college's garden, taking pictures. It was a wonderful, cool month in January or February, and I remember seeing ornamental clementines on a tiny tree. They looked beautifully ripe for the picking, and so I picked one. My friend was very wary of it, saying that we should never trust anything that's not from a supermarket. I found this quite odd because all things that are in a supermarket come from plants, at least in the produce aisle, as far as I know. Period. It is almost 4 years later. In fact, we're going on our 5th, and I am still riddled with this anomaly that people trust what is in supermarkets more than the own land and plants that produce the produce that they are consuming. New line. There is a gap. New line. And I intend to close this gap. New line. I hope to design technology that not only encourages people to interact more holistically with each other, but ideally and ultimately with the world around them, the plants that are silently growing and supporting them every step of the way. New line. New line. Food is medicine. This is an understatement. Most people don't realize just how true this is. But everything that our body consumes can be accounted as medicine. New line. Medicine in moderation. One of my favorite mantras, something that I repeat to myself often, to remind that no plant is bad, but any plant in excess is bad. New line. New line. Now I'm going to take a moment to actually look at the book to think about what I learned. As you may guess, ethnobotany began as a study in Europe back when colonizers were exploring the, quote, New Worlds, end quote, and were looking for merchandise and products that they could sell to enrich their economy along the Silk trade route. Period. Among other things that they found, some to note were coffee from Ethiopia. Sugarcane from Cuba, as well as tobacco. All of which are valued for billions of dollars within the economy. All being valued for billions of dollars. Y'all see what the fuck it is generating? Excuse my language, but oh, big Valport de mess. What the heck? Okay, last time before we find the page so we can cite this. These resources holding a market value of billions of dollars. Oh, I see. Okay, it was in French, that's why. These resources having a market value of billions of dollars. Period. New line. Once ethnobotany became popular, we see it spark. Okay, so I'm gonna pause right there. Sparked an increase interest in this field. Ethnobotany was first regarded as Aboriginal botany back in 1873. It was described as the study of all forms of vegetation which Aborigines used for commodities, such as medicine, food, textile, and ornaments. Period. In 1895, ethnobotany became the more updated interpretation of the study, with the shorter description being the use of plants by Aboriginal people. Y'all, I don't even remember how to cite, but we're gonna say that's fine for now. This is fine for now. Alright, I'm kind of liking it. It's coming along. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. I'm liking it. Okay, this is actually coming out pretty good for the draft. My plan is to write the 2 pages, and then I'm gonna take a break, and I'll come back to finish it. Edit and actually see like what makes sense. Yeah. So this is coming out pretty good. I'm happy with the amount that we've written, and as you can see, I use my voice. It just helps a lot. So I with spelling and everything like that, we're still gonna have to go and edit stuff, but that's okay. So yeah, they talk a lot about the different things that they found and how they used it. Ethnobotany can be accredited to many different modern medicine that we currently have. The founding ethnobotanists would take common folklore or remedies given from mothers to their children and extensively study them, isolating different aspects of the remedy to break it down to the most simplest parts of the plant, to identify why that plant was having that specific chemical reaction for the people it was impacting. Period. New line. America quickly took the reins of authority in the world of ethnobotany, offering the most extensive and numerous opportunities for people to pursue an education in ethnobotany. Whereas Europe quickly pursued behind in order to establish their own historical significance in the ethnobotanical world. Period. As this study increased in popularity, so did the number of papers being published surrounding this study. The University of New Mexico was one of the first higher education establishments to offer an ethnobotany study. Graduate program. New line. There have been a boom in businesses with a strong ethnobotanical background. One example is Shaman Pharmaceuticals Incorp. While it is admittedly in the past half a century they have changed their industry from pharmaceuticals to holistic herbal remedies, well, in the past half a century they have changed their industry from pharmaceuticals 2. Natural herbal remedies. Okay, obviously I'm having a stroke here anyways. Ethnobotany explores not only the world of medicine, but textiles, tools. Oh. Ethnobotany is a wide field exploring humans' uses of plants from not only medicine, but textiles, tools, and other ritualistic uses, as well as the ecology. Our indigenous cultivation techniques provided. Period. New line. I believe that this study holds a key into unlocking a long forgotten connection with the earth, the plants, the animals, and humans' natural role as stewards and caretakers of the planet. Okay, I feel like that's pretty solid. Oh. Alright, I feel good about this. This is good. This is literally legit two pages to the T. There's no more space. If I add any more, then it will be over 2 pages. So that's really good though, because I can use this now. And we can kind of clean it up and make it make more sense. Yeah. Like add a structure instead of like a total rant. But you kind of heard it here first. And yeah, my goal really is to understand the essence of the subject as quickly as possible, apply what I'm learning, and create something that economically incentivizes people to take care of the earth. I think there are a lot of natural resources, and as soon as I heard that they were putting natural resources as some kind of like something that you could buy, like in the market, I don't even know what that means. Like you can trade, you can invest stocks in natural resources. I don't know. This is something I heard a while ago, and it's always kind of boggled my mind because I didn't really understand it. So that's kind of like one of the reasons why I want to explore ethnobotany, for the fact that some of the most valued resources are from plants, and how does this tie together? How does this tie with how we treat plants, how we currently are stewarding the land, how we view our relationship with the earth, and the practices that we have? How is this all tied, and what indigenous knowledge, what inherent knowledge that was a part of our culture, and our culture is only as strong as the roots of the foods that our ancestors have chosen to eat. When you go to, if you have family that live in a place where there's culture, and pretty much there's culture anywhere in the world, you will have specific dishes that are native to that that land. You know, if I go to Jamaica, I'm gonna get a beef patty, some plantains, some ackee sawfish. I'm gonna get myself some breadfruit, jackfruit. You know, these mango, you know, these are things that are very tied to the culture. And so I am really curious about learning more about the culture here on Earth, not just my own, which I'm very thankful to have the opportunity to dive more and more into, but also just the cultures that my friends, my family, that you, the souls that, you know, I may not have any blood ties to, but I feel led to go and explore, just understanding the culture more, how they treat their land, the food that they eat, those traditions especially. I think I'm going to be looking a lot of, around food. I think food is medicine, and I'm really excited for that. I think, of course, there's more. There is more. There's a lot more that could be said on the topic, but that's all I really have for now. Thank you so much for joining me as we wrote this little draft of ethnobotany, and you got to hear it straight out of my mouth as I was writing it, and you saw the whole process. Under a half hour, we have 2 pages to review, and that's pretty good, and I'm pretty thankful. There's definitely a lot of editing and fixing up, but maybe we'll do that in the next episode. And of course, if you are subscribed to the ecochamber newsletter, which is, I'm pretty sure there's probably a link below if you'd like to join the newsletter, please do. And you will get this essay, which I will be sharing shortly as soon as I finish editing it. With that being said, thank you so much again for joining. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the future. God bless. Namaste.